And many signs, the Prophet ﷺ said zakat would be seen as maghram, like it's some kind of fine. People wouldn't pay zakat. I mean, if you had zakat al-fitr, just of the Eid al-fitr, there would be no starvation in the world. If 1 billion people gave the zakat that they're supposed to give, and there must be something going on. Where is all that zakat going to? I want to know. Where's it going? If 1 billion people are paying zakat al-fitr, where's it going to? I mean, really, have you thought about that? Every Ramadan, each one of us is supposed to take for every member of the family the amount of grain to take to the poor people. So why people dying of starvation? And people in Muslim countries, in Somalia, died of starvation. In Iraq now, dying of starvation. This is not exaggeration. It's not making up. People dying of starvation. In Muslim countries, where's the zakat? Why isn't it being sent there? Because the governments hoard it. That's what they do. They collect zakat and then they just hoard it. And this is part of this whole tribulation that we're in. The Prophet ﷺ said, كَيْفَ بِكُمْ إِذَا هِمَّتُكُمْ بُطُونَكُمْ. What's your state when your highest aspirations are just your batan, your stomachs? And that means luqmat al-aish. That's ma'isha. That all you care about is your livelihood. It's just how to fill your stomachs. كَيْفَ بِكُمْ إِذَا هِمَّتُكُمْ إِلَى بُطُونِكُمْ وَأُمُورُكُمْ إِلَى نِسَائِكُمْ. And your matters go to the women folk. Which is not a denigration of women. But the dunya affairs are to be the affair. The woman's domain is the domestic domain. She is the Rabbat al-Manzil. But the man is supposed to be taking care of the society at Amr bil Ma'ruf and Nahi anil Munkar. And one of the meanings of that is when men behave like women. Because the Prophet ﷺ said at the end of time, for every 1 man there would be 50 women. And many ulama have interpreted that to mean they would be fi maqam al-nisa. Because like I mentioned last night, the rijal is a maqam, it's a station. And there would be only 1 qayyim, fi khamseen. It means there would be only 1 upright person who was able to fulfill the deeds, those things that Allah has made incumbent on them. So all of these things of this end of time is just extraordinary. Now I just want to briefly I could go on and on because I've read too much about this stuff, and it just really, it'll get you, it'll put you into a very, because it's happening all around. I just feel like we're just like asleep. We're sleepwalking, just in a daze. And that's a type of reaction psychologically. People become numb. They have this desensitization. They stop feeling things. They stop, their hearts die. And that's one of the signs of the end of time, Mawt al-Qulub. And Ibn Abi Jamrah said, قَدْ يَكُونَ حَقِيقَةً وَقَدْ يَكُونَ مَجَازًا. Maybe it's in reality. Now, one of the phenomenon of the modern society is the sudden death of the heart attack. Literally, hearts die. And traditionally, that was very rare. That disease people didn't have CAD because they didn't eat the fats that they eat now. And the Prophet ﷺ said one of the signs of the end of time was fat plumpness. People would be fat. And he said, bawasir, tadhar al-bawasir, which means people would have hemorrhoids, which is an extraordinary hadith, and it's a sound hadith, which indicates people would sit around all day doing nothing, because that's the way you get those things. If you're out working and moving about, you don't get that stagnation. It's a liver stagnation, even in Western medicine, where the liver is not detoxifying, and you get this stagnation in the veins. So there's not proper circulation because people aren't moving about. And that was something that old people got, not young people. Now, in Western civilization, and my time in the hospital, it was like prison, the time that I spent in the hospital, wallahi, everybody has bawasir. It's amazing. And I saw it as a sign of the end of time. I just said, Sadaqa Rasulullah. Sadaqa Rasulullah. I mean, it's amazing.